Hello, everyone. Dear children, today we are going to read active and passive voice. Very important topic in English grammar. I hope this video will be useful for each one of you. So let's understand active and passive voice in detail. Let's get started. In this presentation, I'll be focusing on the simplified meaning of voice in English grammar, and also we are going to learn the types of voice with some easy examples. Also, we are going to learn or talk about the reasons to use the active voice and also when to use the passive voice. We are also going to learn conversion of active voice into the passive voice with some practice exercise involving the conversion. So I'm sure this video is going to be useful for everyone. So let's understand what voice is. Voice in English grammar is the form a transitive verb takes to indicate whether the subject of the verb performs or receives the action. For example, Meenu waters the plants. Here, the subject Meenu performs an action of watering the plants. The lolly is eaten by Veenu. Here, the subject lolly receives the action. So this we need to understand while studying active and passive voice, that who is performing and who is receiving the action. Active voice is used when the focus is on the person who performs the action. Passive voice is used when the action is the focus. What happened is more important than who did it. So passive voice is usually used in newspaper reports, story writing or writing processes. When you need to report for some incident, event, we usually prefer passive voice. So there are two types of voice, children: active voice and passive voice. For example, shall blows the candles. Here shall is the subject and candles are the objects, and blows is the verb used. So when you change it into passive voice, third form of verb is used. So candles comes at subject's place and subject shifts to object's place. So the candles are blown by shall. Let us understand this in a better way and in detail. Active voice indicates that the subject of the verb is acting or performing an action, whereas in a passive voice sentence, the subject and object flip-flop or get interchanged. The subject becomes the passive recipient of the action. Now let's understand active voice and passive voice with the help of some examples. These examples show that the subject performs the action. The nurse is giving the medicine. Krishna will read the report to the class. So subject is performing some action. In the first example, the nurse is the subject and giving is the verb. In the second sentence, Krishna is the subject and reading is verb. Now let's see the passive voice, children. These examples show the subject being acted upon by the verb. The medicine is being given by the nurse. Now, the medicine has come at subject's place and being given is verb, because I told you that third form of verb is used when you change active voice into passive voice. A book report will be given by Krishna to the class. So a book report has come at subject's place will be given, which is verb. So how the interchanging takes place, this needs to be clear. Right, children? Let's move ahead. Here are some reasons to use the active voice. Most writers prefer to use active voice because it is more direct, concise, and propels reader forward through the writing, avoiding weak constructions. Let's compare active voice with passive voice. The young waitress dropped the tray of food. Concise statement of fact with a focus on the waitress. Passive voice, the tray of food was dropped by the young waitress. It's lengthy and is focused on the tray of food and less direct. So you need to understand what is direct and what is not direct. So what is not direct is passive voice. It is better to say, the supervisor has granted your request for a PE class. This is active voice. The same is conveyed in passive appears to be a weak and lengthy construction. Your request for a PE class has been granted by the supervisor. Now this is passive voice. So you all can see the changing that has taken place. In general, the passive voice is less direct, less forceful, and less concise than the active voice. When you do not know or do not want to reveal the performer of an action, for example, the kidnappers have been caught. When you want to emphasize the receiver of an action, for example, the brave youngster was rewarded suitably. I hope you all are enjoying the process of learning active and passive voice. So while converting active to passive voice, the same tense is retained in the past participle form. You can't change the tense. For example, let's have a look at this active voice. The children ate the cookies. Now, this sentence is in simple past tense. Let's change it into passive voice. The cookies were eaten, which is past participle, by the children. So without changing the tense, you have to change it into passive voice. Often, passive voice sentences will contain a by phrase indicating who or what performed the action. For example, the football was kicked by Rohan. So who or what performed the action by indicates that. Now let's have a look at this conversion. My friend gave me a basket of flowers. Let's change it into passive voice. I was given a basket of flowers by whom? By my friend. So I've used by. But yes, at the same time, I have not changed the tense. Right? Now this is a simple conversion table, children. Let's have a look at these examples. He throws the apple. The apple is thrown. By whom? By him. He threw the apple. Because it is in past tense, so the apple was thrown by him. He is throwing the apple or he was throwing the apple. I mean present continuous, it can be in past continuous also. So depending upon that, you need to write the apple is being thrown or the apple was being thrown. Similarly, we have he has or had thrown the apple will be changed to the apple has or had been thrown. So here present and past perfect tense have been used. He will or shall throw the apple. Simple future is used, so the apple or will or shall be thrown by him. So children, you all can see we haven't changed the tense. Tense is retained, it remains the same, but yes, interchanging takes place. So let's practice changing active voice declarative statements into passive voice. But yes, children, when doing this, you need to remember to retain the same tense when voice is changed. For example, Amina steered the boat. So the boat comes at Amina's place, the boat, and steered because it is in simple past tense, so it will be changed to was steered by Amina. The boat was steered by Amina. So this also you need to keep in mind. Roshan decorates the Christmas tree happily. The Christmas tree is decorated by Roshan happily. It's in simple present tense, so it will remain in the same. Joey Kangaroo is holding a bottle of milk. A bottle of milk is being held by Joey Kangaroo. So this sentence is in present continuous, so it will be changed to is being. Factories pollute the natural environment. The natural environment is polluted by factories. It's in simple present tense. Professor Verma will assign each group a research project. Next, he will discuss the documentary sources with us. So let's see how we are going to change this into passive voice. Each group will be assigned a research project by Professor Verma. Next, the documentary sources will be discussed with us. Let's have a look at this sentence now. Whenever Professor Ganguly found an error, the student had to rewrite the entire assignment. Whenever an error was found by Professor Ganguly, the entire assignment had to be rewritten by the student. So rewrite will be changed to rewritten. Right, because we use the third form of the verb, children. Now let's look at this chart, children. So change of person. I to me in passive voice. We changes to us. You remains you. She changes to her. He changes to him. They changes to them. Any name. Name remains as it is because you can't change the name. So these are the changes that take place when changing active voice into passive voice. Now tense of modal plus tense. Say for example, if it is simple tense, I mean present, past or future. So in simple present tense, if it's beats, it will be changed to am, is or are beaten. Past, its beat will be changed to was or were beaten. In future, we have shall or will beat, and it will be changed to shall or will be beaten. So children, you can see in all the simple present, past, simple past or simple future, third form of verb is used, right? But the difference lies in the use of helping verbs. Then we have continuous tense, be it present, past or future. You all can see that again here also third form of verb is used. Am, is or are beating will be changed to am, is, are being beaten. Was, were beating will be changed to was, were being beaten. And shall or will be beating will be changed to being beaten, which is not applicable. So children, similarly we have perfect tense. Has or have beaten will be changed to has or have been beaten. Had beaten will be changed to had been beaten. Shall or will have beaten will be changed to shall or will have been beaten. Perfect continuous. So we have present, past and future here also, but can't be changed. Can, may, must, etc. beat not applicable. Can, may, must, etc. be beaten. So children, you have to keep in mind that out of 12 forms of these tense, 4 can't be changed. I mean, you can't change present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous to passive voice. This you all have to keep in mind to avoid any confusion, right? It can't be changed. So I hope this session was useful for each one of you. Keep revising active voice and passive voice because practice makes us perfect. The more you practice, the more you learn. Thank you so much for watching the video. Take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.